Hey folks, Strategy Joe here, and welcome to a quick review of SimRefinery. And by quick review, really it will just be an overlook at the game, if we could even call that a game. SimRefinery was released in 1992 by Maxis for Chevron's employees. Chevron's the oil company, and it is more of a tutorial type of. It really is to give training to non-technical employees about how the oil refinery functions. And the game was considered to be lost until a engineer from Chevron actually found a copy on a floppy drive from back in the day, and he shared it with Phil Salvador, who wrote extensive article about the different business simulation game that Maxis has been working on back in the early 90s, and this game was one of them, and it was thought to be lost. But we're in the good year 2020, and nothing seems to be amazing anymore. Everything seems to be completely random at this point, so that's why I decided to do a quick review of this game. Of course, talking about a game, this is not really a game. This is not even like a proper software. This is really an early prototype, and there are a lot of features that have not been implemented. Although it seems to be very similar to SimCity 2000, there's no real way to actually put down buildings or roads. There are very few options that have been implemented, but there's still a little bit of stuff in there, so let's take a look at that. First of all, the graphics, of course, it's an early 90s title, so we have to expect what we have to expect here, and they actually look quite decent. The graphics do appear to be shared with other assets in other titles from Maxis of the era, which is understandable because this was not a game that was made to be profitable. It was really just a contract with one single company to train staff with entertainment slash edutainment combined together. But still, it still looked pretty good. If you have been able to play SimCity, you can definitely play this game through a certain stretch. Now for the sound, there are absolutely no sound in the game. It has not been implemented, so that's a letdown. But anyway, I put some SimCity 2000 music in there. It just fits the theme really well. As for the options, graphical options, we have a couple of options for the animation. We can turn them off, and we can adjust the speed from normal to ultra fast. It doesn't really have an impact. It seems like the simulation side of budget is kind of implemented. There's some elements that are coming in play, but generally speaking, the budget doesn't seem to be reactive. Really, you have some money you can see going through, but there doesn't appear to be any impact really about what the money does, because there are a lot of random events going on during the gameplay throughout the refinery, like random fire, tank leakings, and they all cost money, but it doesn't have any impact. With the money you can actually buy different stuff and different things, but again here I'm not really able to see what you're supposed to do with these. It seems like you can fill up and sell out the different things with different goods, and here is one of the problem. I'm not a petroleum engineer, I don't know what it's called, and the game is filled with acronyms. Of course I can understand jet, diesel, LGO, HCO, sulfur. There's quite a lot of stuff I can actually understand just from random knowledge really, but I don't really always see the links between the different stuff, and the game actually brought me a little bit more feedback when I start looking more in depth. The game does have a little bit of depth with the blend recipe. Now I'm not sure I will put the one I created in my car, just in case the engine blows up for whatever reason, because I'm not convinced the mix I've done is the right one. And if I push a little bit more, I was able to find different relationship from where the crude oil comes in, and different tree it goes through. Actually, you can go into one single building and be able to trace the source by clicking on it, and the destination by clicking on it, and you're able to purchase crude oil and start refining it into different type of products. The game does it automatically over time, and you can empty those things by selling everything that's in there, and that's actually pretty interesting. But as I said, there's no real apparently to me no real simulation of the money or the budget or anything. So it seems more like a decorative, informative type of game with a lot of random accident happening. Seems like there are a lot of fires in my refinery. I will not work there at all, man. Forget about that. Too many crude oil fire and stuff. But yeah, otherwise it allowed me to explore a little bit more how the refinery works, from the crude oil to the different type of refinement you can do with the crude oil to distill it into more refined gas that you can actually use. But yeah, that's pretty much about it. But if you want to try it, you can actually do it for free on the Internet Archive. I'll put the link in the description. You just go there and you can play it directly from your browser. Very straightforward, very easy. Hopefully you've enjoyed this quick review of SimRefinery. As I said, it's not really a game. It's what maybe your attention to go and see what a forgotten title looks like from early Maxis. But outside of that, it's not something you can spend hundreds of hours onto. But I'll probably have more games showing up right now that you could probably spend hundreds of hours. So make sure to check out these videos and subscribe for more. Thank you for watching, and see you next time.